Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. My soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. And I'm here to perform a miracle, okay? I have this purse that I bought. Is vegan, is well made, but the clasp was weak. And I'm thinking, okay, I just won't, use the clasp that often. But the third go around, it popped completely off. And I tried E6000 because everybody says E6000 is good. And E6000 is awesome. It bonds metal to metal. But the problem is, this was metal to metal on a leather-like surface. So a stiff hold was no good. I needed something flexible. And I kind of got the idea to just put a big old glob of it in there. I wasn't thinking repair the purse. I was thinking have it look like it's repaired, because presentation is everything. So basically, I put the big old glob of the glue in there, lined the clasp up, closed it, took my Bible because it's this thick and it's heavy, and put on the purse upside down. So that way the glue was seated on the, clasp like this. The book was like this. So basically between this and being mushed, it took 2 days, but it set. And then when I went to open it, it was like, whoa, it was like a brand new purse. So I'm going to do that with a different purse and take you with me and show you how I did it. This stuff is called Fabric Tack. Erase that. FABRI-TAC. This stuff here. Hold on. Awesome. It gives a firm, flexible hold. And it is said to work on fabrics, lace, glass, leather, wood, and trims. So, yeah. Now, in the meantime, let's turn this around. And I'm going to show you the pink purse. You see the clasps on there? That's all I was trying to do was fix that. To open this, you just press this here. So I wasn't even trying to use it. I just wanted it to, close like this. So that way it looks like it's in one piece. Because I wasn't even worried about trying to repair the clasp. But look at that. That's not going anywhere. It doesn't wiggle or anything. And that's because of the fabric tack. If you look real close, you can tell I kind of globbed it in there. There was like a piece of cardboard in there when it popped open. And I just literally took the cardboard out and put the fabric glue in there as thick as the cardboard. And when I closed it up, it held. I mean, look at there. It's that thick. You see how flexible that material is? That's how the clasp is holding. Flexible hold. Now, in the meantime, we had this gorgeous monstrosity. Look at there, isn't that gorgeous? It's got a butterfly clasp. It's Gucci inspired with a butterfly instead of a bead. They were selling the beads forever. I fell in love with the fact that it's got a butterfly. And then it's got this leopard print that I keep calling a python because, well, I have boots that look like this, but it's called a leopard print. But when I go to lift it up, let's see if I could get that. You see that? It's weak. So then, look at there. It literally lifts up. this is a very thin piece of fabric, and then the material that it's made of, you put the two together, and that's not sturdy enough to hold it. Now, this part, you know, it's got this vegan leather type surface to hold it, and that's not going nowhere. But then on this side, they have this, I mean, let's see, where's my flashlight? I don't see it. But, I mean, this material is just thin. So it does that. That is not supposed to move like that. So I'm going to fix it using the fabric tack. But first, a little prep work. This is the box that the purse came in. So I pushed it down on all sides. I put some bubble wrap in there. I put some cardboard in there, a couple of other things. So that way I can put it in here like this. So that way, when I'm done repairing it, well, actually, I'm going to need to turn it more up. Yeah, like that. So that way, when I'm done repairing it, then I could put something here to hold it down. I've restuffed this purse with the same pieces of cardboard and paper stuffing and all that it came out of. So that way it's not going to flatten down when I put weight on top of it to hold the glue. Now, bear with me so I can figure out how I'm going to prop up the camera so you can see what I'm doing. People of the Purple Butterfly here again. I have put the purse in this configuration so that way I could work with it. I needed to get my scissors and the fabric tack. Now, I know this is a precarious angle, but bear with me because basically I have a brace on this leg and I have a brace on this leg. I took the brace that goes on this leg off, and it's hanging out over here. And then the other brace is the metal one. It takes almost 10 minutes to put that brace on, and it takes almost 10 minutes to take it off, and I didn't want to wait that long, so basically it's just there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully pop the seam of the stitches right in front of this bag. Nope, not gonna do that because I can't sew that back up if it unravels. So I'm going to go right next to there. Well, actually, I'm going to get really close to the clasp itself, because then the glue would cover it up when I'm done. Wow, that is thin. Hold on. I'm going to get real close so you can see this. And then you'll see why I said this clasp is weak. Okay. I'm going to take this out of the box real quick. See that? Let's get where the light can show. And all I did was clip it right there. And you can see, well, actually, you can't see. What are these scissors? Yeah, there we go. Okay. See that? This thin piece of fabric, and there's some cardboard there, is the only thing that's holding that clasp on. That is not, I mean, if you're going to put a piece of cardboard there, at least put a thick piece of fabric there instead of the world's thinnest lining material, but I'm going to take this and use it to my advantage. Okay, this part of the cardboard, let me get this where you can see it. You see the hole in that cardboard? That was from me using the clasp. And I only had the purse for like half a week. But it literally lifted up that much. So, I'm going to take the fabric tack. By the way, when you get this, don't just go like it unscrews. And sometimes it's hard to unscrew it because if you use it once, it kind of glues itself to the lid itself. There you go. Now, this glue does this stringy type thing. It's a flexible glue, but it does this stringy type thing, so you need to be aware of that. Make sure you have a lot of paper towels available, so that way it doesn't make a big old mess everywhere you are. Okay. Now, let's get this box back in play. We'll do the box in a second. Let's get this where you could actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Now you see that? I'm literally going to just take this and make a real thick layer. Just globbing it on in there. Try not to get it on my fingernails. And then I'm going to press it down. And I'm pressing it where that first spot I cut it is. Now I'm going to take this paper towel and smush it across. So that way it gets the glue that's on the outside. Yeah. And no one's going to see the inside of this, so it ain't going to really matter if it's really messy or really neat or whatever. But I do tend to try to be neat. Yeah. Now, the glue is, I mean, literally I put a big old glob in there. Now I'm just going to match it up. And it did try to lift up just because, you know, that's magnetic. And it redistributed the glue. So we're going to put some more down there. Another big glob. Well, I was going to say this has no smell, but now that I put this big old glob in there, I can definitely smell it. It's not a chemical smell, but it's not a natural smell either. It's a... smells almost like a nail polish remover. Very light, but still. Now, let's get that back in position. I think what I'm going to do is take this piece of paper towel, thin it out, put that over the clasp, and that way it won't get any glue on the actual bag. And if it does, because this cloth is made of paper, you could just, like, you know, wet it and mush it away or lightly sand it. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to get the box and put it down face up the way that it came out, so that way the glue has something to sit against. But because it did try to lift up twice, I'm also going to take something heavy and put on it. My personal Bible. This is the one that I inherited first from Dad. This is the Bible he bought the family. And he gave it to Mom. And then Mom gave it to me one day. And I'm like, what? She goes, this is yours now. I went, huh? She goes, I'm not going to be around forever. And I don't want you to just grab stuff because I'm gone. I want to present it to you properly. And that's how I got this Bible. On the inside, it says Mayo Family Bible, 8/9/2000. And then presented to Lakia Peoples by Charlene Mayo, 12/20/2012. 2012. So, yeah. And then if I go away, it's going to go to one of my kids, probably the oldest. But yeah, now this is going to sit here. Well, not quite here. It's going to sit because it's got to sit for 2 days. I'm going to check on it in an hour, and then I'm going to check on it, overnight, and then, because this glue, it says it, sets in an hour, but the big old glob I put in there, it took 2 days last time for the pink purse, just so that way I was sure, because, literally it's a glob that thick, but just so I was sure that it set, it was flexible, it had time to cure, so forth and so on. And when I look at this, and it says premium glue, grabs fast, dries clear, acid-free, washable. But the problem is, it grabs fast and so forth and so on, but that doesn't necessarily mean it cured. It means it dried to the touch in an hour. So I gave it 2 days. I was going to give it a week, but I needed to use that purse because that one wasn't available. And now that everything is in the pink purse again, well, it's sticky on my fingernails. Now, basically, after an hour, I'm going to pick up this whole thing and move it over there so that way it can have a whole week if it needs to do what it needs to do. It does have an interesting scent. Yeah, it's not offensive. It's just, yeah. But let's read the directions. Pre-wash fabric to remove sizing. The fabric on that purse, the lining fabric, it's already been washed. That's what sizing is. It's the coating they put on certain fabrics like satin and polyester. It's almost like if they starch it, it gets rid of that. And then always test on a scrap of fabric first. Blah, blah, blah. Did all that. Apply a small bead. Yeah, that's another thing. They call that little line that comes out bead. But as you've seen, it made a big old string of yuck. Have some paper towels ready. Okay. Apply a small bead. Man, that's hard to read. On the item, quickly position garment with gentle pressure. Washable after 24 hours. So I was right. It does need 24 hours to cure. Do not use on varnished furniture as a work surface. Don't I know that? Not dry cleanable. Can be thinned with a small amount of acetone. I know I smelled acetone in it. It's got a acetone base, I guess. Keep covered when not in use. Yeah. And then it says, caution, extremely flammable, contains acetone, liquid and vapor, made at night. Acetone is nail polish remover. I knew didn't I say it smells kind of like nail polish remover? That would be why. Yeah. And it's also messing around with my nose. Do not store near flame, fire, sparks, or heat. So that means I need to change where I had this stored, because I literally had it in this bag. And this bag literally hangs on the doorknob right next to the heater. So we're going to put it in my nothing box. And, well, actually, I need to put the scissors in there too. Yeah, that's why you read labels. I literally had it by the heater. So now you know. Now let's get this off my nails. Fortunately, I got on gel polish, so I could literally take nail polish remover and go right over this and not ruin my manicure. But it's easier to just scrape off the goop and let it dry. And I will bring you back to let you see the finished product in a couple of days. In fact, I'll just make a whole separate video instead of having this paused for 2-3 days, which would just be ridiculous. So this has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located PurpleButterfly-People. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Where's my hat? I just had it on my head. I finished the lining. Oh, that stuff is killing my nose. And I wanted to show it to you. And the hat has got to be in this room because I didn't leave the room once I got home. So what did I do with it? Hold up. Let's move this up here. I think I knocked it over. Let me push pause right quick and get right back to you. Did it pause? No, it didn't. Okay, I'm back. This is what I want to show you. And it occurred to me, I thought I made a video about it, and apparently I didn't. I took pictures of it, so I'm going to have to make another video anyway, just to show what I did, the before, the after, and now this. That's the inside of the butterfly hat. I took a bonnet, put on, well, actually, I took one of my mannequin heads, and stuck this on in reverse. Then I put put a bonnet on it in reverse, so that way the outside was facing the inside. In other words, the right sides would be together. Sewed it down by hand, and then I took the fabric tack and went over the edges because that gives it a permanent seal. So even if every stitch popped off of there right now, it's still going to hold together. And the reason I put the fabric tack on there is right here, we don't want that, lifting up and fraying or anything. So basically, I just anchored it down with the fabric tack. The lining fabric that came with the hat, I just left it alone and sewed it to that part. I could have, sewed it all the way down to the edge, but say for instance you go like this or whatever, you don't want the rim lifting up when I could just, follow the natural contours of the hat. But isn't it gorgeous? It's got like a little butterfly there and a flower there and a whole bunch of bling here. I'm not real sure what the significance of the rings are, but it came with it. the hat was inexpensive and cute, so hey. But in the meantime, that's the story behind the hat. I will check my files and see if I did in fact upload a video about it. If not, then I'll make a video documenting everything I did. I do intend to buy another butterfly hat because they had a purple butterfly hat. And if I do, then I'll just make a video start to finish on how I got the lining in that hat so you can see. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. That silly woman turned on the heat. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly. Excuse me. PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. My soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at PurpleButterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Bye now. I'm melting into a puddle of goo. I'm going to go turn off that heat. Yeah.